The top stories: there have been angry scenes outside the Burmese embassy in Canberra, coinciding with the Australian government's calling in of Burma's diplomatic representative in Canberra to condemn the military regime's violent crackdown.
Mass vaccinations will take place following the arrival in Australia of 20,000 doses of horse flu vaccine.
And legendary footballers Tommy Raudonikis and Peter Keenan have taken part in a Labor advertising campaign against a government ad blitz during the weekend grand finals.
The forecast for Saturday: strong, cool, showery winds in the southeast, a mostly sunny and dry day elsewhere.
Two football greats have sunk the boot into the government for running taxpayer-funded ads during this weekend's grand final matches. Tommy Raudonikis and Peter Crackers Keenan have appeared in Labor Party-funded ads attacking the big spending campaigns.
As he limbers up for his own grand final, Kevin Rudd was showing off his skills with the boot on the hallowed MCG turf today. And the Labor leader has just recruited some heavy hitters to his team.
Crackers Keenan here. There's something going on right now that's just wrong.
Former AFL star Peter Crackers Keenan and rugby league legend Tommy Raudonikis have put their voices to Labor Party ads, bagging the government's taxpayer-funded ads, which will run during this weekend's two grand finals.
Grand finals are about playing footy, not playing politics.
In the life of the Howard government, they've now spent something like $2 billion on taxpayer-funded advertising.
The government can keep running the ads until John Howard calls the election, but just when that will be remains a mystery.
Well, I probably will give it some thought as I sit in the Great Southern Stand or be at Telstra Stadium.
Nor will the Prime Minister confirm reports he's set to announce a $1 billion upgrade to the Pacific Highway as part of a major new roads announcement next week. John Howard insists funding will be fairly distributed.
We never ignore politics, and I wouldn't insult your intelligence by saying we do, but when it comes to road funding, you have to cater for the whole community.
And John Howard has refused to say whether he'll stay in Parliament or force a by-election in his seat if the government loses the election.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I just obviously have to give thought to my future.
The Prime Minister says he'll do the right thing by the people of Bennelong. David Spears, Sky News, Canberra.
A drunken attack early this morning. The story.
David Spears joins us now live from Canberra. David, is it any surprise really that John Howard is leaving his options open should the government lose?
Well, perhaps not, Jacinda. I mean, after more than 30 years in Parliament, 11 and a half years as Prime Minister, I mean, John Howard can be forgiven for leaving that option open, that if he loses, or if the government loses, but he still wins Bennelong, that he might want to leave Parliament. Nonetheless, I'm not sure this will help his chances in Bennelong that much. He's made it clear that if he wins, he'll stay on as Prime Minister and hand over sometime during the term, but then stay on as the backbencher member for Bennelong until the term finishes. But given now that he's saying he's not sure, he hasn't decided whether he will stay on if the government loses, I don't think that will help him a great deal in Bennelong.
And Labor has stepped up its attack against the government's advertising. Is it true the government is spending $1 million a day?
Well, we don't know. This is the Labor claim, and it's been asking John Howard. Last time Parliament sat in question time, it's put questions on notice as well about the level of government spending. Labor has done its sums on this. It thinks it's $1 million a day, $200 million so far this year, $2 billion it says, under the 11 and a half years of the Howard government. But importantly, significantly, the government has not actually answered those questions. It's not spelled out just how much has been spent. So we really don't know. But clearly there's a lot going on at the moment. In the lead up to the election, the government says it's all about, it's justified information that people need, be it on work choices, climate change, the citizenship, whatever. But I think you can rest assured we'll see a lot of it over this weekend, and we'll see a lot of Labor complaining about it. We should also point out Labor ads and union ads are paid for by Labor and the unions. These government ads are paid for by the taxpayer. That's why there's so much grief about them. Get Up, the organisation that tries to mobilise voter activity about these sort of things, has really been hammering the government over its use of taxpayer funds for government advertising. It's taken the mickey out of one of the ads, the climate change ad, with a spoof ad of its own that it intends to run during the AFL Grand Final and it will also have people out in force around the MCG on tomorrow, on Saturday, before the grand final, wearing floaties to try and pick up on the spoof ad that they've had out there. That they will be running during the ad as well, trying to take the mickey out of that climate change ad of the government. So there'll be plenty of attention, at least on a political level, on the government advertising that will run this weekend, but I'm sure most punters will probably be more interested in the football itself.
Yes. What about you, David Spears? Who are you backing?
I'll go Geelong. As a former resident of that great city, having started my career there, I cannot do anything but back the Cats.
Good answer. All right, thanks, David. We'll talk to you later.
Thanks, Jacinta.